I don't define success purely on just professional success. My philosophy kasi is you work to live, not live to work. And therefore, for me, success is being successful with all the different roles you have in your life. And our professional hat is just one of the roles that we play. Like whatever your career is, it has to be holistic and not just about. Because I've seen people who are just, for example, very good with professional business, but they're not too successful in their personal life, right? Successful ng negosyo, mayaming pera, pero masama siya sa pamilya niya. For me, that's not how I define a successful person. I admire more who can be more successful in both professional and personal.
Agree. I totally agree. No? You have to ask it bakit. So, what is successful for you? Kasi iba-iba eh. Tama si Francis dun, iba-iba. You know, we have all of different hats, no? We have a hat as an entrepreneur, as a father, hat as a brother. Iba-iba yan eh. Now, how do you become successful in one or all? Depende sa'yo yan. And also, isang pinaka-important yan is expectations as well. What do you expect? What do people expect from you? How important are those expectations? You cannot judge success based on what Francis was able to do, what other people were able to do. You have to be able to judge yourself based on sino ka. Ano ba ako?
I think you define your own definition of success. Never ever let, of course, realistically sabihin, other people might influence it, but at the end of the day, it's your life.
Yes.
And you define your own success. The last thing, tama si Mike, especially now with social media, is you allow others define your success. Kasi pag nangyari yun, you can never please everybody. So, mahirap.
Francis, yun ang mahirap eh. Di ba? With the social media, people think success is based on this.
On what they
But
see.
it's not.
As early as now, you have to start thinking. You have years pa until you start working on how you will define it. But
Who are you?
Along the way, your definition naman will evolve as you go along.
Pareho kami ni Francis, we started sa corporate. Corporate is mahirap. No, I have all of the respect sa mga people who made it sa corporate. Unfortunately, hindi ako naging successful sa corporate, so I had to take another route. So sa akin, it was more risk. When I started my business, I started with 70,000 pesos. Sabi ko sa sarili ko, na magagawa na 7,000 pesos. That's how I started. One of my first partners, sabi niya sa akin, when I was still working with San Miguel, sabi niya sa akin, Mark, every time nagkakaroon ng decrease ng 1% ang San Miguel, ang brand mo, Pilsen, nagkakaroon ng 1% decrease sa market share. Nakatulog ka ba? Sabi ko, hindi. Imagine mo kung buhay mo yung nakatapat dito. Would you even allow it? Natawahan ako in some way. Sabi ko sa sarili ko, kung nga naman, kung ang brand na hinahawakan ko, hindi ko naman pababayaan bumagsak ng 1%. Imagine kung akin pang brand na to. Siyempre, kung tatanong niyo ako, how did I start business? Understanding who I am. I am who I am. I know what I am capable of doing. I know this is for me. This is the right thing for me. I will not expect other people to do what is not right for them. Iba-iba. Understand mo muna yung sarili mo. Pag na-understand mo yung sarili mo, malalaman mo sa where can I be the best that I can be. If nagsistay ka sa corporate, pero pang business ka, you're in the wrong place. Nasa entrepreneurship ka, pero pang corporate ka, you're also in the wrong place. Understand always who you are, what is important to you. First question mo, what is success? Define what is success. What is success to me?
Me naman talaga, as you know, fully corporate pa ako so far. So I straight from college, I've only been with 2 companies. From college, I went to Unilever as a management trainee. Tapos yung kinukento ko sa kanila kanina, Mark, yung ORSM ng UPJMA, may speaker doon, the ex-president. He said one thing that stuck in my mind, that being active in UPJMA will give you corporate jobs that your grades won't give you. Kasi their experience, if you're active in UPJMA, parang you're in a small company and it hones your leadership. I think yun yung hinahanap kasi nila, more than academic. I was fortunate naman na I decided, yung time na yun, gusto ko lang mag-active sa UPJMA kasi nga nandun yung mga friends ko, nandun yung pinsan ko, tapos nagustuhan ko. Not knowing that, that when they see you're a VP in UPJMA or a president, lalo na, mas lumalaki yung chance mo makapasok kasi nga, or very active. O kaya, remember sabi ko si Mark na, nag-ad hoc yan, finance yan, very active din si Mark eh. It really helped us, it gave us an advantage versus other applicants in the company. Especially like Unilever. They would prefer someone who's active in orgs versus a summa cum laude na talagang walang org. Masahire malamang yung active sa org. 10 years in Unilever, marketing and sales. In my sales stint, inasign ako kung saan-saan. Puntahan ko na lahat. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao. And then on my 10th year, still in marketing, my last role was, I was regional marketing director for Axe, the body spray for Asia. So I was also doing a lot of travels. And that was when I medyo dahil nga, as a UP student, iniisip ko nung time na yun, pwede kong mag-give back sa country as a marketeer. Anong direct correlation ng trabaho ko sa, helping the country. By the way, kasi UP ako mula kindergarten. UP ayos ako eh. Kaya talaga UP, purong UP dugo ako. Sabi ko, it would be good if I could work for a Filipino company and I would help make a local brand, help them become more global, a multinational like Unilever. So, a few weeks after, God probably heard my prayer and then, opportunity for JFC, Jollibee Foods Corporation. So, I joined the company 2007. So, it's only my second company. 14 years na ako ngayon dito. I started with Greenwich, yung pizza.
Pero muti ka pinarit ng smart, remember?
Yun, sa gitnaan yun. Marami yung mga ganung story.
Muntik, no?
Oo, muntik na. So, nag-Greenwich muna ako. Then yung mga, sobrang cheesy. Ayoko kung nabutan yung barkada campaign nila. John Lloyd, yan. So Greenwich, Chowking, and then I became GM for Greenwich, and then I was assigned this in China, Vietnam, and eventually my role now, been having this role for almost 6 years. So I'm now global brand CMO for Jollibee, and now I'm heading marketing for not just for Jollibee in the Philippines, but all our brands here in the Philippines. So I'm gonna tell you a story, yung backstory nito na I don't normally share. So that was way 2015 when I took this role in Jollibee. When coming from I was handling our businesses in China and Vietnam, JFC. Pagpasok ko dito sa Jollibee, kaka-launch lang ng McDonald's ng Alden. I had to think quick of, okay, how would Jollibee react? The mandate to me was, fans, para mas maganda yung mga advertising ng McDonald's sa Jollibee. Nawala yung kurot sa puso ng Jollibee. I had 3 strategies at the time. One was, may J-Din kami. So, nilabas ko yung J-Din. Tapos, Chicken Joy. Then, one story is, okay, yung love story nila, ni Aldab, fantasy lang naman yun, hindi naman talaga sila mag-boyfriend, girlfriend, right? Because I need to differentiate. Jollibee has a lot of love stories with the Filipinos. That was the thinking behind it. Na totoong story. Hindi fantasy. Yun na yun. But the first one was yung almusal. I don't know kung nakita niyo yun, yung dalawang matandang naglalakad. Tapos, in the end, kausap niya pala yung apo niya kasi namatay na yung sinol. That was the first Jollibee eh. But the biggest, I'm sure what you've seen was yung best friend, yung Vow, 2017 na yun. That's the story. But honestly, hindi namin na-expect na ganun yun. At the time, kakapago pa lang ng digital, hindi pa marketing. But that's how we saw the power of digital na kasi even outside of the Philippines, lumabas yung campaign, right? On one hand, may kasi my dad is an entrepreneur as well. Yun na lang ginawa ko, but yung my business now, I'm together with my friends. Mahilig ako sa bars. sa restaurant. We have 3 bars in restaurant. I don't know if you heard about yung Almacen in Poblacion. Yun, so that's ours. And I wanted something that, we all enjoy to do. And restaurants, cafes, and bars is something that we said we're gonna look into.
Always been survival. Sa entrepreneurship kasi, there are people that work for you, that you love. So, abot sa punto that it doesn't matter anymore how you earn. Kung nagtuturo ako, I would not have said that. Kasi, as a teacher, sasabihin ko lagi sa inyo that the reason why we have a corporation and the corporation exists for profit. But it doesn't exist for profit only. It exists for relationships. Sometimes can be painful, sometimes can be very taxing. Gusto mong sabihin, ayoko na sa'yo, pero kailangan ka na pasweldohin. When you are an entrepreneur, you have to be able to weigh 2 things. Profit and compassion. What is more important?
Challenges and problems are part of life and work. Kung ano yung mindset mo when you have that problem, that spells the difference. Because, having the right mindset for me is half the battle of solving a problem. Like, meaning, may problema ka, but your mindset already is, katulad nga sabi ni Mark na suko ka agad, patalo ka agad. Talo ka na talaga kahit di ka pa nagsisimula. Life, kasama yung problems. It's actually what makes us evolve and be better. I hope you don't mind kasi I'm also, lagyan ko ng konting faith angle. In those most difficult times, that's when you hear God the loudest kasi. So you also learn, unless matter of life and death, everything is temporary. All problems can be temporary. It's not permanent. Okay? And therefore, you just need to go through it and wade through the storm. And do your best to find a solution. So I think that's one, even in work, pag may problema, okay, hanapan ng solution. And but having that right mindset is half of the solution already. And there are really problems na you can't do it alone. Right? Either you need your colleagues, your business partners to help you, or you need your friends, or you need your family. In those times, huwag kang mahiya, huwag kang humingi rin ng tulong pag kailangan, pag hindi mo talaga kaya. If there's one leadership style that through the years yung nakita ko na for me, I want to emulate and I've seen it work. It's called servant leadership. It's when a leader, you're there to serve your team or your people and not to be served. Knowing that it's a role, a privilege, that it's a responsibility. Okay? And not the other way around na porket leader ka, kailangan ikaw yung pagsilbihan. Baliktad. Okay? And then, therefore, as a leader, you only have 2 jobs. One is to set your team to the right direction. And that requires, having good analysis, planning, everything. Kumbaga, aasa sila sa iyo they look up to you sa mo sila dadalhin Okay? And that could lead you to success or failure. The second one is simply to take care of your people. Yun lang. Yun lang ang trabaho ng leader.
Tama si Francis. Dati, nung bata ako, sobrang akong stricto sa lahat ng bagay. Kasi business ko to. Tapos sinasabi sa mga tao, if this fails, if I fail, everybody fails. If I lose my job, everybody loses their job. As I grew older, what I realized was I could actually do it with kindness. But when I was young, I was the meanest of the boss. Now, am I proud of that? Of course not. Kaya nga sinishare ko sa inyo. No, I'm not happy with that. Because I thought it was the end of everything. When the truth was, the end of everything is kindness. If
I
you're
agree.
kind, people are kind to you. So kindness is everything. Sabi ko sa asawa ko, sabi ko, Elsa, no, we could be bigger. But I will be mean. Would you want that? Alam mo, sabi ng asawa ko sa akin, very simple. Would you want that? Would you want to be mean and be a billionaire? So, tanong mo sa sarili mo yun.
Tama yung sinabi ni Mark. I would always tell my team, pag they ask me, Sir, paano ba maging successful? Dalawa lang din. Maging magaling, tsaka mabait ka. Pareho. Even in JFC nga, sabi ko, mas tumatagal pa nga yung mabait kahit hindi masyadong magaling.
You know when it is right. You know when it is wrong. Pag sinabi sa'yo ng boss mo to do this, with all of the meanness na ginawa niya, you also know what is right and wrong.
Of course, yung priority mo naman sa buhay, nag-iiba-iba yan. Meaning, hindi naman yan, it will evolve as you grow old. At the same time, even throughout the week, yung weights nag-iiba, di ba? Ngayon, ang importante kasi, klaro lang pa rin sa'yo ano yung hindi mo i-compromise. You won't compromise your character and integrity. You won't compromise your relationship with your family.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, your priorities are determined by your values. So, yun ang mas importante. Kasi once your values are, normally yung mga nagkaka-problem with priorities kasi hindi pa rin klaro kung ano yung importante sa kanila. Then that will guide you kasi in setting priorities. Kasi at din naman at any point in time, mag-iiba-iba yan. Of course, the work will be there, di ba? But once your priorities are clear, or your values are clear kasi, you can still do work that will allow you to still have your priorities, your values, na hindi mo sinasacrifice. Yun yung hanapin nyo. Pag nag-work ka na, tapos hindi pa rin clear yung values mo, doon ka may tendency
Doon ka may tendency mag-compromise.
Oo, compromise. More than compromising or letting go of other important things. It's really discipline. Like yung mga others ka ili-let go, yung alam mo namang hindi mo kailangan.
Imagine mo how discipline works. Si Francis, pag nalasing, tanong mo sa kanya kung anong oras siya gigising bukas.
Oo. Kahit nag-inuman tayo, pag sinabi ko may meeting 8:30 at may hangover tayo, magkikita tayo. Di ba yung mga planning sem natin noon? Yun nga, yun okay sa GMA eh. Even that discipline, na-practice. Remember yung mga planning, may planning sem pa ba kayo? Planning yon, tapos inuman, puyatan. Pero pag 8:30, mag-alarm na kami, lahat kayo nandito, magbi-meeting tayo.
Gising na lahat.
Oo, gising na namin lahat. Siyempre, dapat importante rin enjoy nyo yung buhay nyo. Kaya nga sabi ko, you have to, like for me, life enjoyment is not something I value. Okay, so once in a while, minsan enjoy naman, tsaka muna, prioritize ko muna enjoyment bago work. Family muna. So again, once you have all these prior values, parang i-juggle mo na yun. Kung ano unahin mo. Nag-iiba yan. Ako definitely, I made mistakes. Okay lang yan magkamali. Of course, there's some na regrettable. But generally, wala naman yung major regret na parang sana hindi nangyari yun. Kasi kahit nagkamali ka, may natutunan ka eh. So the most you can do is just learn from it and just, move on. And that mistake can even make you better.
Hindi ko makakount kung gano'ng kadaming mali ang ginawa ko sa buhay ko. Pero, isa sa pinaka-importante, I never felt sorry for my mistakes. Because I always believed that I am here because of that. And I will not only deny, I am proud I made those mistakes. Because those mistakes made me who I am. Ang dami kong pinalpak na negosyo. It's because I have now one sobrang solid na negosyo. How do you go there from nothing? Like sila sabi sa mga tao sa office. Galit na galit ako sa lotto mentality. Alam mo yung kumaya ka ng lotto tapos panalo ka na? You want to be successful? Go through the pains, go through the failures, and then you will have the discipline of knowing how it feels. And you will have the compassion one day. When people fail, you will have the compassion for them and say, but I was like when you failed.
Dalawang advice siguro, one generally about life and one about work or business. Just never lose hope and faith. Okay? Everything is temporary. So this is not permanent. Never parang assess your life based on current situation because this is not it. Yun yan eh. Once you start losing hope and faith, that's when you lose motivation.
Yeah.
Mawalan ka na ng gana eh. Kasi you lost your faith eh. You lost your hope. Okay? So make sure you keep the faith, you keep your hope up that whatever problem we're facing right now, this will soon be over. Because now on work and business, one phrase you would like to remember, love your work and never work at all. Means take the time during college for you to know what you really love to do. Okay? When you say love to do, alam mo magaling ka doon. Alam mo mag-e-enjoy ka doon. Alam mo may kikitain kang maayos doon. Diba? And lalo na kung alam mo makakatulong sa ibang or may contribution ka sa ibang tao doon. Hanapin nyo yun. Now, it's normal na hindi nyo pa makikita yan, but you have the whole college time to do it. Yan. So, kasi once you find that, once you work, whether career, or corporate, or business, that's something that you love. Katulad ng sinabi namin ni Mark, it will never be perfect. Laging may problema yan. Malabi kayong ma-encounter na. And darating yung time, it's just your passion and love for the job that will keep you going. Hindi ka susukat, pagod na yung utak mo, pagod na yung katawan mo. Pag wala yung love dun sa work, like ako, I love marketing. Nung ko na-discover ko yan dahil sa UPJMA din, I love marketing. I-enjoy ako kahit puyat-puyatan na. So that's my advice. Just find something that you will love and be very passionate about.
The sabi ni Francis, when you start loving your job, that is when you stop working. So every day, how do you feel about Sundays? Going to Monday. A lot of people will say, tangina, Monday na naman. Or are you a person na Monday na naman? I have to come back to work. Nandun yun eh. Nasa yun na yun.